Hello, thank you for watching this short video. It's a heart-to-heart reflection for those on the spiritual path who may be discouraged or weary, who may be feeling vulnerable or fractious and unable to get their head round what's happening in their life. And it's often good to call in to one of God's watering holes, such as here in our little monastery, where many people have come to chill and to listen to their heart. And that's the downside of living in the modern world. Oh yes, technology has an advantage. To when I was a young boy, if you wanted to communicate, it was either by letter or by phone. But today, everybody's texting bar me. Everybody's on the mobile bar me. But who's texting God to say how they're feeling? And who's reading the texts from God to say that help is at hand? Allow me share with you a beautiful message that was channeled from Christ, the cosmic Christ. And this is what he shares. Trust me and don't be afraid. How many times have you heard those words? Well, if I had a penny for every time I heard them, I would be a multi-billionaire. So trust me and don't be afraid, for I am your strength and your song. Think what it means to have me as your strength. I spoke the universe into existence. My power is absolutely unlimited. Human weakness consecrated to me is like a magnet, drawing my power into your neediness. However, fear can block the flow of my strength into you. Instead of trying to fight your fears, concentrate on trusting me. When you relate to me in confident trust, there is no limit to how much I can strengthen you. Remember that I am also your song. I want you to share my joy, living in conscious awareness of my presence. Rejoice as we journey together towards heavens. Join me in singing my song. Now they are beautiful words, and they're not words to patronize or placate you, but they're words that will empower you to take back your power and to stand in your power as a child of God. Okay, you may not do the God word, and I can understand why, because there was a time in my life when I didn't particularly enjoy doing the God word either, having been a nursing monk for a number of years, when I left the monastery totally confused and embittered. But I've moved on since then. And I realized that when Christ gave the keys of his kingdom to Peter, a fire sign, an egghead, a type A personality, he knows you and me by name. He knows our capabilities, he knows our vulnerabilities, he knows our strengths and our weaknesses, and all he asks is, will you trust me? Will you trust me to guide you? Will you trust me to provide for you? But what is happening today is so disheartening. Many are living in the fast lane. Many try to pretend that they are giving God their heart, and all they're doing is giving lip service to God. I've seen it. I've befriended many clients, particularly from the religious family, the Catholic Christians, and they say, thank you for those lovely words, I'll trust, yes. And as soon as they leave you and a problem arises, what's the first thing they do? They contact their friend who's a tarot reader or a psychic. They arrange an interview. And they pay, in some cases, good money to be told what's already there. You see, a lot of people get confused between need and want. Our God provides for my needs 24/7, but He does not do my wants. And that's what people are looking for today. They're wanting more materialism. They're wanting more security. They're wanting want for the sake of want. And you know, when I look at those who have everything, they have nothing, because they can't take their wealth with them. But what they can take with them are those beautiful words. Trust me. Do not be afraid. I am with you. And you have a choice today, either to listen to your heart. Oh yes, your heart is your teacher. And though God gave you a brilliant mind, sadly today many people are processing what God is saying through the mind rather than receiving it in the heart. It is my understanding from many years in the people business, both as a nursing monk, a nurse manager, and now as a monk living the contemplative life, that people today get lost in the detail. I've seen it with so many new members of our community, and when the first storm comes along, they're gone. When they don't get their own way, they're gone. When they're invited to do something in love, they're gone. We're such a fickle nation, aren't we? And yet you and I have been called to become ambassadors of peace. But how can we be an ambassador of peace if we fear? If we doubt? I had a choice to sit here and share with you from my heart, not to control you, not to dictate to you. And I could have said, oh no, let somebody else do it. But I honoured my heart, because that's what God asked me to do. And whoever you are, wherever you may be in your journey, remember this, you are not alone. You may feel alone. You may feel that you can go no further because you're so disheartened, confused, or disillusioned. But please take heart. The moment you ask God for help, instantly God provides. The problem being is that often we don't have a signal because we're locked in a mindset of fear. And it's like with the mobile phone. In this particular house, we don't have a signal for Vodafone users or Orange users. And that's how it is with many of God's children today. They've lost the signal. They've lost the connection. But you can get that back by adjusting your position and finding where there is a signal and getting down on your knees and asking God's forgiveness. Surrender your heart to your truth, to thine own self be true, and claim your abundance as a child of God. And the moment you do that, the moment fear flies through the window. But the choice is yours, and only you can make this choice. But sadly today we live in such a beautiful world, and it is a beautiful world. For me, it's the cathedral of God. I don't find my God in a church. I find my God in nature. Anything that lives, moves and breathes, there is God. Even just listening to the birds sing, that is God speaking to my heart. But I guess I had to jump over many suitcases and fall over many handbags to get where I am today. And you know what's so sad? I too was stubborn. I thought I knew better than God. But I've realized the error of my ways, and I'm not here to convert you. I'm here to affirm you that you're not alone. And the moment you open your heart and ask the Lord Christ to come in and touch you, be prepared, because He will touch you. He will touch you. And that is the promise He gave you, that when you call on me, I will be there. Whatever you ask for in my name, I will do it for you. And the reason why so many people today are dysfunctional, unhappy, lost, is because they've lost the impetus of living that spiritual journey. I'm not advocating religion. I did that as a nursing monk, and it screwed me up. My God is not a God of religion. My God is a God of love, who connects with my heart through spirituality. And so what's the difference? Well, religion, I believe, is for those who live in fear of hell. Oh yes. And spirituality, wait for it, is for those who've come through hell. Welcome on board. Trust. May God bless you and give you strength. Take care.